would come to camp, and actually the first student body of Hope Sound Bible Institute back in the early 1960s. But next week, there will be a lot of missions flavor that you will find, and we're looking forward especially to Missions Day, and it's such a privilege to have many of our regional directors from around the world here for us this week. But for many, many years, FEA has invited a couple of other mission organizations to come in and share their work, and for many years, probably for decades, we had a afternoon service, and there's just so much that happens, and sometimes the attendance on those was down a little bit because so much is going on. So a couple years ago, we said, you know what? Let's take 10 minutes and 2 evening services, and let's invite our brothers and sisters from other missions to share what God is doing. FEA has a lot of exciting things happening, but there's other organizations doing a great work. And so it's exciting tonight to have my friend Will Byler. Love this man so much. He happens to be a pilot. Every once in a while we get together and hang or fly. And first met Will when I actually served at Missionary Flights International, and he came by up there to do some flight training with Brother Jim Howard, and I got introduced to him. That would have been about 10 years ago or so, and I have just really come to appreciate him. I appreciate Mission Helps, and we're going to ask him to share for just a few minutes.
Thank you, Brother Harold. I'm thrilled to be at Seabreeze Camp this year. And thank you, FEA, for giving us these few minutes to spotlight Mission Helps. It's a great privilege to serve our holiness missionaries, including those serving around the world with Hope International Missions. Friends, we must reach a lost world with the gospel of salvation and holiness. And thank the Lord, our holiness missions and missionaries, commissioned and empowered by God, are taking the good news of salvation and holiness around the world. So how then can you and I come alongside these dedicated men and women? How can we help to fill the gaps that challenge our missionaries in this great undertaking? Mission Helps was founded 37 years ago this month as an all-volunteer ministry to help fill the challenging ministry gaps that confront our missionaries. Today, its services are available to more than 35 holiness mission organizations and their missionaries, with hundreds of volunteers what challenging ministry gaps does Mission Helps fill? Our van fleet, maintained by Ron Schaefer and the team, provides dependable transportation for missionaries while they're on the fields. This past year, our vans served missionaries on deputation from Africa, Mongolia, Hong Kong, Israel, Papua New Guinea, Czech Republic, Romania, Hungary, Yugoslavia, Mexico, Honduras, and Brazil. To help ease the strain of long-distance international travel, Mission Helps provides a complimentary one-night hotel stay for missionaries picking up or returning vans when flying out of Harrisburg. Wireless players connected to each van's audio system provide Christian-themed drama stories to keep missionary children entertained for hours over the many miles of deputation travel. And if you're an MK tonight, you know what that means. And if you have old cassettes of good Christian drama stories that you'd like to donate, we could use them for that very purpose. Adventures in Odyssey and so forth. A network of vehicle repair facilities and volunteer mechanics are sprinkled around the United States. They volunteer their services to repair or service mission vehicles at cost or at discount. Equipment services administered by Ken and Joyce Rule offer missionaries digital projectors, screens, wireless speakers, GPS units, and Kindle readers loaded with mission-related materials, all without charge while missionaries are in the U.S., helping to fill the mission ministry gaps. Check it out at missionhelps.com. That's one word, missionhelps.com. Rest and Lodging Services, managed by Roberta Miller, offers traveling missionaries overnight lodging in 26 states across the United States. Mission Helps publishes a hospitality directory that is distributed to our Holiness missionaries while they're traveling in the U.S. And why not make your home a blessing to missionaries? And if that's something you'd like to do, make your home available, or you have a cabin in the woods or another facility that could benefit traveling missionaries, come and see us, and we'll help you get signed up and listed in the Mission Helps Hospitality Directory. Tech Services, managed by Denise Stetler, delivers laptop computers at cost. It offers technical advice, tech support, and assistance, all provided by a highly skilled team of technology experts. The Rope Holder Prayer Ministry, directed by Olive Asbury, mails a prayer publication each month detailing missionary prayer requests and keeping more than 2,000 prayer volunteers actively engaged in intercessory prayer for missionaries. In addition, Rope Holders administers a crisis prayer network by email, enabling prayer volunteers to bring urgent missionary needs immediately before God. Ministering alongside the Rope Holders is the Encouragers Letter Writing Ministry, directed by Vern Asbury. This network of volunteers sends letters and notes of encouragement to Holiness missionaries on the field. Media Services, administered by Brent and Denise Stetler, prepare care packets containing thumb drives with inspirational music and uplifting messages. The packets also include an encouraging cover letter, uplifting materials, and activities for children. And dozens of these care packets are sent around the world to our missionaries on the field. Medical Services, managed by Hannah McDowell, connects our missionaries directly with medical professionals, including doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, dentists, and a variety of other medical resources, helping to fill mission ministry gaps. And you can check it out at missionhelps.com. Construction Services, managed by Jonathan Lucas, offers teams of skilled construction workers. These crews travel throughout the United States and around the world in response to mission construction needs. Our construction volunteers are skilled in every trade, including carpenters, electricians, plumbers, welders, drywallers, masons, painters, and more. This week, in fact, right now, a work crew is in Guatemala with Eric Coons welding steel rafters and installing the roof for a new Hope International Missions Mission Church building. Our General Service Department, managed by Holly Grenable, offers missionaries a variety of services, including truckers who do hauling, house sitters, donated equipment, and donated musical instruments. The Mission Ambassador Program, directed by Rex McDowell, is a network of local church congregations with a passion for missions. A missionary ambassador in each church keeps the call of the Great Commission and mission needs before the congregation. Bulletins sent out every 2 weeks convey current mission needs, prayer requests, mission challenges, and up-to-date mission information. And if you're interested in becoming a missionary ambassador and want to involve your church in a meaningful way with missions, reach out to Rex McDowell. I believe he and Hannah are either here now or will be here for the camp meeting this week. And they'll be glad to talk, Rex will be glad to talk to you and get you set up as a mission ambassador in your local church congregation. Or you can write your name and contact information on the ambassador sign-up sheet located at our booth back in the exhibit room off the T Hall, and we'll be in touch with you to get you started as a missionary ambassador, active in reaching out and helping missions. Counseling Care Services, directed by Dr. Craig Dowler, offers professional counseling support for holiness missionaries needing a listening ear and a caring heart, helping to fill mission ministry gaps. Check it out at missionhelps.com. Every year, Mission Helps awards scholarships for Bible college students who are preparing to become missionaries. And last year, 4 Holiness Bible colleges were given scholarships that were awarded to selected students preparing for the mission field. Friends, we must reach a lost world with the gospel of salvation and holiness. The men and women serving on the front lines are engaged in a desperate struggle for men's souls. I urge you tonight to help fill the gaps by giving yourself and your resources to help our holiness missions and our holiness missionaries. You too can be empowered and commissioned by God to meet the challenges of taking the good news of salvation and holiness to a lost world. We invite you to visit the Mission Helps display in the exhibit room off the T Hall. There you'll find our newsletters. You can sign up to receive our newsletters, additional information, sign-up sheets, volunteer cards, so you too can become a practical service volunteer or join the Rope Holder Prayer Network to intercede and pray for our holiness missionaries on the field as they're depending upon us. Let's all pull together to fill the gaps. And check us out and learn how you can at missionhelps.com. Thank you.